From the News Channel 5 network, this is Pharmacist on Call.
Good evening, Nashville, Middle Tennessee, parts of Southern Kentucky, and those of you out in West Tennessee as far as Jackson. Welcome to Pharmacist on Call. Yours truly, that's right, your host, Dr. Shawn Pruitt, owner of Pruitt's Discount Pharmacy and the Kangen Water Store of Nashville. And people, if you're watching this show, I am your community pharmacist. Well, I'd like to welcome everyone to the February version of the show. We're looking for a big show today, so we certainly welcome your calls and your questions and even your comments. For those of you who are unfamiliar with me in the show, and this is your first time viewing the show, I always like to, kind of give a brief history of what's going on. This show kind of spurned from the Open Line series, the Ask the Expert series, well, Ask the Pharmacist series, where people would call in and ask questions. And so over a period of time, News Channel 5 Plus gave me the opportunity to host my own show. So here we are. In terms of my personal bio, just to give you a little background on me, I am a native Nashvilleian, born and raised here, grew up in East Nashville, graduated from Maplewood Comprehensive High School in 1988, attended Austin Peay State University from 88 to 92, and then I transferred to Tennessee State University, which is my alma mater, which is the aristocrat of bands, where the motto is think, work, and serve, the land of golden sunshine. After graduating from there with a degree in chemistry in 1995, I then matriculated on to the University of Tennessee College of Pharmacy, and I graduated from there in 2000. I worked with Walgreens for a number of years and did a brief stint with those of you, if you've been in Nashville long enough, with a plan called Access Med Plus. At that time, it was the largest TennCare plan, and I was their pharmacy director. Then went back to Walgreens for a total sum of probably close to 20 years, maybe 18 years or so. And then around 2012, struck out on my own. So I had to figure out, once I opened this pharmacy, what would the theme be? What would the focus of my pharmacy be? Who would be my niche market? Because there are pharmacies all over the place. Well, there was a study done by the Tennessee Safety Net Consortium, and the results of that study showed that there were 100,000 plus uninsured Middle Tennesseans. So these are people who, because they did not have any insurance, when they go to pharmacies, they have to pay the full price for the medications. So what does this mean? If you don't have the money for the medication, you go without. What happens if you go without? You keep getting readmitted to the emergency room, whether it is issues with your diabetes or blood pressure, seizures, what have you. When you don't get that medication and you keep getting readmitted, eventually bad things happen. Maybe one day you don't wake up and make it to the emergency room. So that is a problem that we wanted to solve. We have made medication more affordable for Middle Tennesseans in the general area. And we've been doing this since August 4th, 2012. We are the pharmacy choice for the uninsured. Now, while we've been taking care of uninsured patients, and they are our focus, because of the area that I live in, there are a lot of TennCare and Medicaid patients, so they wanted some of the love too. So I began taking insurance probably some 3 to 4 months after I opened, because my focus was just to stay a cash-only pharmacy and take care of the uninsured people. But when your customer service is as good as ours is, everyone is going to want a piece of it. So it's not just the savings that you get. It's not just the Pruitt price. The Pruitt price will bring you there, but it's the excellent customer service that keeps you there. It's the respect. It is the kindness. It's the friendliness. It is the patience and the fact that I actually do listen to my patients and give them real answers that keeps them coming back. But this show is about you. And so we are going to take your calls, and it appears that we have Jay on line 1. Jay, welcome to Pharmacist on Call. How may we help you?
Hello, appreciate your line of work.
Thank you, sir.
I just had a question about antacids.
Yes, sir.
I have been, ever so often, I have what you call a hernia, right above the chest. They have to go down and stretch it. I was just wondering if they make, I've taken Alka-Seltzer, all kinds of things, but what would you recommend? I mean, as a solution, like over the counter? And I'll hang up and listen. Thanks.
Well, hang on, sir. So essentially for the indigestion?
Right.
Okay. Well, I'll let you go ahead and hang up, and I'll...
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, sir. What I recommend, and over, and it's proven itself, is our Kangen alkaline water. And I was going to get into the second business that we do, which is the water store. So those of you who are saying, new viewers, what is the Kangen alkaline water? It is water that goes through about 4 different processes. The first thing we do is filter out the chlorine, second the fluoride, and then 3, we take it over some titanium plates, which gives the water antioxidants, basically electrifies the water, gives it life. And then the 4th and the most important piece is that we alkalinize the water. So this water has no taste, no smell, and because of its alkalinity, any condition that you have related to the overproduction of acid, be it in your stomach, be it in your joints or anywhere else, this water is going to help reverse the symptoms of that problem. So, sir, in your case, with the indigestion and all of that and the overproduction of stomach acid, the water will neutralize the hydrochloric acid, which is in your stomach, just by virtue of it being alkaline. And that's probably, I'd say, the top 2 reasons. It's 1B. Number 1A would be arthritis. For the teams of people that come in and buy the water, and for my patients, my water customers who are watching, you can attest to it. In fact, I don't even have to talk about it anymore. The people that are just standing there and they wind up buying, it's because they've witnessed all of the people buying the water, and they usually ask or they talk to the other people. So, sir, you need to stop by, get a gallon of Kangen alkaline water, pH of 9.5, and that will cut out that indigestion. The other piece that I always want to not admonish, but kind of caution everyone not to do is do not eat and lay down within 2 hours. Now, living in the South, especially with the holidays, that's going to be kind of hard for us because we have a diet laden with cheese and carbohydrates. But you got to force yourself to be sitting in an upright position for at least 2 hours to give your food time to digest properly, because what happens in a physical sense is that the stomach acid is breaking down the food, and once you lay down, that acid that's down here is going to start to come up, and it's going to erode your esophagus, causing what we call acid reflux. So Kangen alkaline water, sir, would be my answer. All right, looks like we've got line 2. Sherman, welcome to Pharmacist on Call. How may we help you?
Yes, you can.
Yes, sir.
I have a wife that's on Parnate, and it's a very old MOH inhibitor, antidepressant drug.
She's on what, sir?
Question to you is, what is appropriate blood pressure medicine that would go with Parnate that would not that would not cause my wife to faint and cause her blood pressure to go extremely high? Her blood pressure, yeah. So, because that's a dangerous drug. What should the doctor be careful of and not give?
What is the name of the medication again?
Yes, that's my question.
Oh, you want me to tell you what the name of the medication is that's causing her to?
No, she's on Parnate, which is an old antidepressant drug.
Okay.
The question is, what blood pressure medicine would be appropriate for that if she's on it?
And if she's already having fainting spells, the clonidine is going to be the one that you would want to stay away from.
Which what?
Clonidine, to stay away from it. Now, what has her blood pressure been running?
Her blood pressure has been fine, but she has to get off the diuretic because it's causing her to faint because of chemotherapy. So what she needs is, she may have to go, if her blood pressure goes up again, she needs some medication that we know is not going to cause her a lot of problems because this drug has so many side effects.
Which diuretic is she on? Is it a little pink pill or a little white pill?
Well, she's on the pink pill.
Okay, so that's hydrochlorothiazide.
If I had to get off because she was fainting, so the doctor says that'll disappear when she's off that.
That's the only blood pressure medicine she was taking?
She was on the other one, too. It starts with an H. She was another place. Higher corazide.
Hydrochlorothiazide.
Yes.
So that's the pink one, I believe, that was causing the issue, but that's odd because it's not really a strong diuretic, not as strong as Lasix, whose generic name is furosemide.
Yeah. The problem is The problem is the doctor feels that she gets off that, then the fainting spells disappear. So what kind of blood pressure medicine would be safe for her?
Well, we want to. Did your doctor state that it is because her potassium levels are getting low? Because that's what that drug
Well, she does
would
take
do.
potassium pills.
She does?
Yes.
Okay, and so it sounds like she was having an issue with keeping her potassium normal in lieu of that drug. She could do, if she has to have a diuretic, it's called Maxide, Maxzide.
Yeah.
And that it actually has that medication in it, but it has a medication that keeps the potassium at a normal level. So it's triamterene hydrochlorothiazide.
That's the problem with that medication is it causes her to faint.
Yeah, and I'm assuming because of it's knocking her potassium down. But this medication is a combination medication that keeps her potassium levels up to where she won't have those fainting spells.
No, she can't have those two. She was just on those two, and it screwed her up.
Well, it's one medication. It's a green tablet. It's a combination pill.
And we've been through that.
Okay, so you've had that one?
Last question, what new pills, other medication for getting the blood pressure?
Well, there's no one-stop shop with blood pressure. There are a myriad of things that we have to look at that are going on in the heart. So, for instance, if she's having like congestive heart failure, then we have to kick her on diuretics. If it's a situation where her heart's not pumping hard enough, then we have to give her on pressors to kickstart her heart. If it's going too high, then we have to give her beta blockers, which kind of slow down the heart to keep her blood from kicking so hard. So we need like a more specific picture of what's going on with her heart and where the fainting spells are coming from. And then that will dictate what type of medicine that we use.
Yeah, the doctor has her off all with blood pressure now. He says those diuretics are causing her to faint.
Okay, well then it sounds like it's an issue with her electrolytes then.
All right. Well, I think, where's your pharmacy located?
We are on Dickerson Road. We're about a mile or so from Titan Stadium. It's 811C Dickerson Pike. The producer's going to put the information at the end of the show on the screen, so you stay tuned in. We'll give you directions.
Give me your pharmacy?
Pruitt's Discount Pharmacy.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you. All right, everyone. We are up on a break. Stay right there. Those of you on hold, we'll see you in a second.